Hello wonderful people, welcome to Journey of Fireflies. Standing in this pandemic, everyone is talking about the problems when we already know what the problem is. We're just dying to get a solution and none is talking about any solution. So what's the solution then? Is it like washing your hands again and again with hand washes and soaps, or is it like sanitizing your hands again and again? Or is it like wearing those masks, thin masks? Well, those are not that much effective. I mean, we all have that misconception that these will stop the virus, but no, they don't actually stop the virus. You're told to use those so that you don't touch your face and mouth. And if you don't touch your face and mouth, you won't get the virus. So indirectly, those are helping you, not directly. So none of these are the final solution to the pandemic. So what's the final solution then? Well, definitely a vaccine, which will take nearly like 1 year or so from now. So standing in this state of emergency when we don't have much option left, when we don't have much things to do, what if I tell you that there is another way? There is another way of protecting you from the virus. There is another way of stopping the spread of the disease or the virus. And this video is all about that. So this is about a different kind of mask. So why a mask? Why I invented a mask? I could have invented other things too. Well, as you can see, during this lockdown also, so many people are going outside and they're not maintaining the social distancing, which is a big problem for us because for them, so many people are getting infected. And also, we cannot stay in lockdown for years after years. We have to get back to work one day. And when we will go outside and meet other people, the chances of getting the virus will increase. So we have to protect ourselves from the virus. And how we can do that? The first thing that came in my mind was a mask. So that's why I made a mask. I actually designed 3 different kind of masks, which I'll explain in 3 separate videos. So let's talk about the first one and how is it different from those normal masks. I call it plasma filled virus annihilator. I know it sounds more like an alien technology, but it is real. And why is it different? Because it uses plasma. And what is a plasma? Well, we all know that a matter has 3 states: solid state, liquid state, and gaseous state. But there is another state, which is the 4th state of a matter, and it is the plasma state of a matter. In short, we can say like it's the ionized state of a matter, but that's not really accurate. We can say that in plasma state, the atoms of a matter get so excited that the electrons and nuclei get separated. So it's more like a soup of positive and negative charges. So just because it's made with charges, we can control these. We can control them using a magnetic field, and we can give it any shape. So let's talk about the setup now. It's nothing but a plasma vortex. All we have to do, we have to create a spark in a magnetic field. And the spark will get deflected by the magnetic field and it will start rotating. And that's the whole concept behind this mask. And a spark, an electric spark, is definitely a plasma. And as it rotates, it will create a field. And if the virus crosses that field, it will get killed. That's mainly the concept. So in a plasma vortex, a spark is rotated in a magnetic field. In this case, a spark is created or generated from the sparker to the magnet. And because of the magnetic field, the spark, which is a plasma, gets deflected and starts to rotate. It's time for the most important question. Can it kill the virus? Or can it even stop the virus? In order to understand this, we have to understand certain things. Firstly, here we are talking about a spark, a lightning. Alright? It's a high voltage lightning. So the temperatures will be higher. And because of the temperature, well, definitely the virus will get killed. So it can kill the virus. Now let's move on to the next question. Can it stop the virus? So in order to understand this, we have to understand a little bit of quantum physics. I'm talking about creating a single spark here, right? So the probability of hitting those variants for that spark depends upon the RPM of that spark. That means how many times it's rotating in a minute around that circle. So higher the RPM is, the probability of hitting those variants gets higher. That means it's more efficient in killing those variants. Alright, that was easy. But how the RPM is related to quantum physics? Well, you can think it this way. If I tell you to stop the time right now and tell you to find its position, the spark's position, then you won't be able to find a specific position for that spark because of the Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. So the spark right now exists as a probability distribution function. In this case, it's taking half of the circle. So you will find that spark in these fields. So if we increase the RPM, the chances of finding that spark throughout this circle increases at a specific time. That means at a specific time, you will find that spark in all of these places all at once because it now exists as a cloud of probability. So because of that, because it exists throughout this circle at a specific time and all the time, a virus, particle, or a variant which comes through this will get killed. So that's how we can increase its efficiency by increasing the RPM. So theoretically it can kill the virus or even stop the virus. But we all know that sometimes theoretical results differs from the experimental results. I'm talking about the reality here, right? So let's talk about the reality, how it will work in reality. Let's suppose a swarm of variants are passing through this vortex, and let's also suppose our vortex won't be able to, stop all of them. Here is a simulation in which you can see that swarm of variants are coming and passing through this vortex, and some of them are getting blocked. So our next question will be, well, definitely some of them are getting through, then there is a risk of getting infected. But we have to keep one thing in mind here. It's called the viral load. So there is a viral load of the virus. So what it means is those variants you're getting need to exceed that threshold value of viral load of that virus in order to make you infected. Suppose there are 10,000 variants going through this vortex and only 1,000 of them are getting through. And the viral load of that virus lies nearly in between like 6,000 and 7,000. So in order to get infected, you have to get nearly 7,000 or 8,000 variants, and you're only getting like 1,000. So there is no way you will get infected. In reality also, thinking that our vortex won't be able to block all of these variants, we can see that the risk of getting the infection is lower because it's blocking most of them. So now you know how it works. So the next question arises here, like it uses high voltage, so there is a great risk of getting shocked and get killed. Well, don't think about that, because I thought of that too. In order to not get shocked, that vortex is kept at a distance from the face, and also those materials used are all insulators, so they won't conduct the electricity, and also just because you're not touching that, you won't get shocked. Now let's look at the concept model I've made for this mask. I made it look fancier because, well, it looks good, but it doesn't need to be. But in making this mask, I need your help. Firstly, because electronics is not my area of expertise, and secondly, due to lockdown, I'm not getting those raw materials needed to build these or to run experiments on that thing. So it's my humble request to anyone watching this video, if electronics is your area of expertise and if you think you can make this mask, then please come forward and make this happen. I'm quite sure that this mask can prevent the spread of this virus. I'm quite sure about that. But if you think you can modify this mask, you're just free to do so. Mankind needs you right now. So please come forward and save us all. And if you succeed in making this mask, then please let us know in our comment box below. We'll be grateful. Thanks for watching.